So Kenny, after reviewing yesterday's practice, did anything else that you didn't notice immediately show up at Jaden's first practice as a starter?
Yeah, I actually thought he practiced better than I initially thought. No, he really did. I thought the game slowed down a little bit. Obviously, it's the catastrophics. Got to eliminate the catastrophics. Because, 8 plays in a row could be great. 2 catastrophics, none of it matters. So I think that's the biggest thing, is eliminating the catastrophics.
What was your sense of today in the broader picture of where you guys were at overall?
I actually felt really good today. I thought today was actually a pretty good day. We brought more physicality versus the scouts, which was good. I challenged our guys that, you have to play the game physical. And we have to have that balance of being physical but also being smart. You can be physical and not finish somebody. You can take the first 2 steps in a collision and drive, and then you feel like you've got control and keep them up, right? That's what we've got to learn to do, is we've got to learn to continue to learn to practice hard but not stupid. That doesn't mean don't practice, right? But it's a very fine line, and it's a skill that you've got to acquire.
It seemed like a lot of emphasis today was on ball security. Why was that implemented in today's practice?
Every day is ball security. If you heard us saying it more today, it probably means there's a bad ball security day, right? It means that we saw a lot of bad ball security, so we're screaming, get the ball up more, right? So probably not a good thing. If that's something you picked up from practice, right, it probably means we did a bad job with our ball security today. But I'll watch the tape and, make a real judgment.
How many freshmen do you think we'll see, not special teams, OD?
I would say 3 to 8.
Okay.
Right? Anywhere in there, but you never know throughout a season what happens, with just people throughout a season, so who knows.
How's that group look? Just, it was first class, short cycle, scrambling?
I feel actually really good about it. I actually talked to the staff about it the other day and talked about it's a definition of you better watch senior film. Right, when you come in late, you're behind on everybody. So your entire goal is to not sign the highly rated kids. Your entire goal is to out-evaluate people, right? So I think when you watch senior tape in that situation, you really challenge yourself to be a good evaluators. And I think we evaluated some really good players. On the defensive side of the ball in particular, I think we found some really good DBs in the bunch.
With 1 week before the opener, do you still allow yourself to do some more shuffling in various positions, or you just really like it to be, pretty static between now and Thursday?
A little bit of shuffling, but in today's day and age, the D-line and the linebackers, you're going to play 14 guys, right? 12 to 14 guys. On the O-line, you better be ready to play 8. At the wideout, you better be ready to play 6 to 7. At running back, you better be ready to play 3. At tight end, you better be ready to play 2 to 4. So it's not like, okay, we have starters, great. That's like the famous thing people always talk about. Who are on the field when the game matters the most? And those are the people we trust. That person may not start. It may not fit in the game plan to open in 11 personnel. We may start the game in 12. But, our A receiver may be on the field when the game's on the line because we trust him, right? Or we may have 3 different wide receivers on the field when the game's on the line, right, instead of the starter. I don't know. Right, same thing on defense. It's all about who you trust when the game's on the line is the most important thing to me, not who takes the field first.
So then there's still a little bit of a positional battle between Walden and Glass at left tackle. How do you feel like this kind of progressed so far with the week out for them?
Yeah, I think they're both getting better. I think Walden's arguably our most improved O-lineman. Me coaching him last year and then getting to see him here, he's a different human. If I would have told you last year that he'd be where he's at right now, I would be absolutely shocked. But he's gained weight. He's up to 300 pounds. He's mentally in a good place. I think just being back home in the sunshine, being happy, I think that's put him in the right state of mind.
To piggyback off that, how do you feel, just the growth of the offense in these last, from the scrimmage up at camp to even just the last 2 weeks that they've come together? Because I know you said you've obviously scripted adversity and the defensive line has kind of gotten the best of them, but how do you feel in the last 2 weeks they've grown?
I think it's gotten better, and I think, part of that is we're not putting them in it. We're trying to build a little confidence now, so we're not calling calls that aren't necessarily great calls. We're actually trying to script and trying to put them in position to fit their skill set instead of just scripting 4 plays and 4 plays and saying, okay, this one is something Jaden struggles with. We want this look. This is something Trenton struggles at. We want this look. We're scripting plays, right, and we're playing out the call regardless of the look. So your success rate is going to be a little higher because you're not scripting worst case scenario. Whereas in fall camp, there was a little bit of times where, we tried to create that.
Are there some positions where you might rotate guys more than you otherwise would because it's the first game, and just to get looks and snaps, or
Not really.
Okay.
I think we're past that stage. I think we know kind of our rotations. So, like I said, I don't like to use the word starter just because how much we're going to rotate. But I do think we have, the gist of our rotations kind of coming to an end.
So is it close enough? Are there any spots where it's close enough that, like a left tackle or somewhere else where you might just series to series evaluate it? Or?
Yeah, there are. I mean, I think a linebacker's one that you could put a numerous amount of guys there.
Yeah.
I think O-line, there's a few guys that, are all similar that you could put in, take out, and it wouldn't be a huge drop-off. So I would say those positions, if it's a wide-out, is one where, we got some really good wideouts, but we have a lot of depth there. But I would say O-line, linebacker for sure, you could interchange a few people and it wouldn't be a huge jump.